大家好。今日去到第七課啦。呢個第七課好特別，因為我哋咧今日會去 interview，去同一個人嘅面談，當中去更加明白放下自己嗰個屬靈嘅經歷啦。咁 before 我播佢個 video 嗰個interview 之前，我哋再睇睇。首先我哋明白到喺我哋今個課程裏面，我哋透過箴言去講呢四個律。第一個就學務啦，係屬靈操練啦。遲啲就會講團契生活同埋服侍他人。而家我哋仲係講緊學務神啦，同埋屬靈操練。喺呢個裏面，其實我哋都行咗一段路啦。咁我哋就睇下我哋行過呢段嘅課程裏面行咗啲乜嘢。我哋第一件事明白到，原來神賜予咗我哋，創造我哋已經賜予咗我哋一個學務學求嘅心，而係神好主動透過耶穌嘅喺地上再一次顯示佢嘅愛，佢嘅啟示，佢幾咁愛我哋，甚至為我哋死。而喺呢個過程裏面，我哋要做嘅，我哋個心要轉向，要謙卑落嚟，去翻去裏面接受主耶穌基督成為我哋救主。因為咁嘅時候，我哋心裏面有個學務嘅同在啦，學務同埋個慈愛啦，同埋佢嘅真理。在呢個學務裏面，我哋要放低我哋自己，去聆聽，去順服，去每日去建立呢個關係。在當中裏面唔係靠我哋自己，係只不過我哋需要嘅就安息喺主裏面，俾佢指引同佢嘅心意連結。在上一堂裏面，我哋講到聆聽啦、默想啦，同埋操練嘅禱告嘅屬靈操練啦。好啦，咁我哋就嚟到今次嘅操練裏面，你發覺有一樣嘢，你發覺越嚟越一樣嘢好特別嘅喺裏面，成日就好似保羅嘅書信裏面咁樣講，喺羅馬書7章22到25節咁講。我因為按着我裏面的意思，我是喜歡神嘅律嘅，但我覺得肢體中另外一個律和我心中嘅律交戰，把我擄去，叫我從那肢體中犯罪的律。我真是苦患。喂，誰能教我脫離這取死的身體呢？感謝神，靠着我們的主耶穌基督就能脫離了。這樣看來，我以內心的順服神的律，我肉體卻順服罪的律。看似呢個經文好直接講到我哋每日嘅挑戰，每日裏面嘅心中嗰種嘅交戰，但係真正明白裏面嘅意思嘅話語，其實一啲都唔容易。因為好多時我哋仍然係靠住我哋自己，想去脫離我哋我哋肉體裏面嘅律。其實喺當中裏面，我哋最緊要都回翻去我哋同神個關係。因為我哋有呢個關係，我哋就會建立，我哋可以轉化喺裏面呢個關係，俾咗我哋去對佢嘅信任，對佢嘅順服。而係因為咁嘅時候，我哋可以踏出我哋嘅信心嘅旅程，行每一步。而係喺當中裏面，我心裏面不斷去轉化，就好似羅馬書第12章1至2節咁樣。我心裏面不斷係經過不斷去轉化，放低我哋自己，把我哋自己去放低。呢個放低唔係靠住自己可以做，係要靠住聖靈不斷喺裏面工作。就好似呢個圖畫一樣，聖靈不斷打開我哋內心每個內室，而係聖靈神亦都咁樣去審視我哋裏面個世界。唯一我哋可以做嘅就係喺佢裏面安息。就好似箴言書 16章9節咁，人心籌算自己的道路，為耶和華指引他的腳步。好多時我哋不斷去籌算，我哋做唔到，我哋放低唔到我哋自己肉身嗰種嘅律，唯有係讓聖靈、讓耶穌基督、讓耶和華指引我哋嘅腳步。我哋認定佢係可以指引嘅，就好似呢個關鍵喺裏面，就係將行神嘅旨意視為關係，轉化信心嘅旅程，從尋找外在嘅指令轉去內在嘅對接，培養親密和信任。好啦，我哋今日將會有一個 interview， 有一個同一個信咗一年嘅一個我哋嘅弟兄咧，透過我同佢嘅對話，可以更加明白到，我咪成日都講過一個謙卑嘅，就好似奧林匹克裏面有個運動比賽一樣，隻馬同埋一個騎師點樣去融為一體，能夠隻馬好順服地，雖然佢好強壯，好順服地係喺呢個騎師底下去跳過每一個圍欄，當中關鍵嘅就係關係嘅建立，因為佢同個騎師嘅關係建立，因此有信任，因此願意順服帶領，就好似我哋信主一樣，我哋已經唔靠己力，又轉向順服主嘅主權。好，我哋準備就去嗰個interview。
This morning, I'm so happy. I'm very glad I have a mic to come to us. He's very special because even we meet in Toronto. I come from Hong Kong. He's come from Guyana, but we meet together somehow with some amazing interaction. He come to our course last year and accept Jesus last year. And then for this year, we all have a coffee chat together, and then we talk a lot about our life. And then come to the point that most amazing me that he grew up in a farm. Maybe through this interview, then I tell you a little bit more about what he experienced. I go Chinese first.
Yes.
我今日好有機會同阿 Michael 一齊。佢咧就係喺自細咧就喺個 farm 嗰度長大，咁咧所以咧不但止 farm 度長大，佢仲係好細個咧已經騎馬，而唔係咁樣，好似我哋去啲即係喐下嗰隻，佢係好快咁跑嗰隻，同埋佢係趕牛嘅，自細。Okay, so Mike, maybe I can ask a few questions. You can answer me and see how your life. Maybe first question I'd like for you to tell me about what's your life when you're small in the farm.
Oh, thank you for that question, Tim. First of all, thank you for having me here, and thank everyone for having me here. Just a show of hands, how many people here ever ride a horse? Nobody? 2 of you? Yes, wow. Amazing. So we got 1 person. You too?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 persons. So that's great. All right, so you can relate a little bit about what I'm going to talk about. All right, so my experience of being in a farm. My experience being in a farm when I was 6 or 7 years old. At that age, we start helping out in the farm, and I help out with my grandfather. And they had lots of chickens and ducks and goats and all different livestock. And in the morning, as a kid, you have to help feed these livestock and let them out. And part of it was he had a ranch with lots of cows or cattle, and over 50 cattle. So part of it is I learned to ride the horse slowly and help to bring those cattle home in the farm. So that was part of lifestyle. Just to give you a nutshell of what my life as a kid.
我殘寫中文啦嚇。咁樣其實阿咪咧自細咧佢就同佢嘅 grandfather 一齊 grow up in a farm。佢好細個咧係已經咧要幫佢嘅 grandfather 去 take care 嗰啲不同嘅 chicken cow milk the cows，lots of things happen to him。所以好細個咧佢已經喺呢個 farm 裏面長大。Maybe second question I'd like to ask Mike. When you grow up, I know that you start to have a build the relationship with the horse. Can you tell us how you build that relationship with the horse?
Absolutely. Well, when you're about 6 or 7 years old, you just don't go and approach a horse just like that. You have to build a trust with that horse. And of course, my grandfather started me off very early, and grooming the horse, getting to know the horse. All animals have different personality. We as humans have different personality. So once these two personalities come together, you get to know each other. And there's a special bond that forms with you and that animal. Once you're there every day training and walking with him, grooming him, he's getting used to you, you're getting used to the animal. So it takes time.
Yes. So Michael 講話佢自細佢同啲 horse 喺埋一齊，但係 horse 亦都要 take time 去同佢建立關係。呢個建立關係裡面，佢成日都係 brush 佢啦嚇，即係要掃佢啲毛啦，要成日同埋一齊咧建立呢個關係。所以關係建立係第一個 step。Okay, maybe I'll ask you another question. When you build up this relationship, as you said, from the relationship, and then what's go to the next step with the horse?
Once you develop a relationship, there's a thing called trust. Once you have that trust with the horse, my grandfather started to put me on top of the back of the horse and started walking around the corral, and very slowly walking around, and then a little faster. Every day build it up a little faster, and over time, next thing you know, the horse is running with you around the corral, and you both build that relationship and trust with each other.
Yes. So 阿 Mike 講話佢個 relationship building 裏面咧，主要就係邊一個信任。原來信任好緊要。如果你話佢之後佢當佢好細個，what age 啊？係得得
Around 6 or 7, you're starting off with.
Emergent 佢只不過係6、7歲，佢 grandfather 已經同佢建立嗰個同個馬嘅關係，而係每日去同佢一個咁嘅關係之後咧，佢 trust 甚至佢個 grandfather 咁細個時候俾佢 rise 即係上到隻馬上邊，而係慢慢拖住佢行喺個包裏面咁樣行，漸漸咁樣建立嘅關係。原來喺呢個關係建立底下，原來最重要嘅係乜嘢？係一個信任啊！嗰隻佢嘅 grandfather 建立嗰個，令到嗰隻 horse 同佢漸漸建立嗰個關係啊，個信任嘅關係。Okay, next question maybe I ask. Okay, so after you build up that trust, okay, then how that come to what's the next stage about you gonna do something else after that?
Oh, absolutely. Once you have that trust built, there's a big pasture. The pasture is, if you can imagine, several blocks of, there's dense forests, there's swamplands, and we usually let out these cattle. There's about almost 50 heads of cattle. Let them go graze in the pasture. And then in the afternoon, you bring them back home, and you separate the baby from the mama, and in the morning, you let them out one at a time, and you milk them. But in that process, when my grandfather started me off, he opened up the corral gate and let me out with the horse. Of course, we start to walk and then walk a little faster and run, and he's beside me, and that's how we start to get familiar out in the pasture. And once that happened, he started getting me used to bringing home these cattle, and you're building the trust with that horse and a relationship at the same time. And that horse becomes fearless and trusts you to the point that there are dangers when you're going and rounding up these cattle. Sometimes there's marshland, water past your knee, and there's crocodiles, there's snakes, but sometimes the cows are in there munching away, and sometimes they're in the dense bushes, and you're leading that horse. The horse will go because it trusts you. And sometimes you're yo, get out of there, yelling at them. They don't listen. You have to go with that horse, and that horse trusts you. Okay. So you're building that relationship. It's too much to translate. Also done.
What age were you at the time?
I'll say you're probably about 9-ish or so, or around that age.
Okay. But still
very young.
Very soft.
It's a lifestyle in the country.
But another thing is that I know that you don't have sand. You have those. You just put a.
Oh, no saddle. Oh, that's another thing. When I start riding horses, there's no saddle. When they have these rice bags,
Yeah, right.
and they take a tube of a bicycle and tie that on.
Yeah.
And then you jump on that horse
Yeah.
and you're using your knee
Yeah.
to squeeze against the
yeah.
stomach. Oh, you're familiar with that.
And the red-
Yes, and you get a very strong leg out of that.
Very
So,
strong leg, yeah, very strong leg.
you know, so that's how you ride it. It's called bareback riding.
Okay. So when it come to the OK， 咁佢咧漸漸咧佢嘅 grandfather 咧，當佢細嘅時候咁見到relationship，佢就 walk 啦，去到個 stage 咧，佢就將咪咧同佢一齊咧就出咗呢個圍欄啦，同佢一齊喺個草地嗰度咧，佢就好大嘅草地，佢出邊咧就開始去騎馬喎嚇。佢當佢啲咁樣騎嗰時咧，當然啦，佢個 grandfather 可能前邊，可能喺後邊睇住佢。但好得意嘅喎，嗰時佢哋嗰啲farmer咧，佢個年紀咧係冇嗰啲馬鞍嘅喎，係咁樣發布咁樣，即係好難想像10歲就可以咁樣喺呢個馬鞍上邊咁樣騎，但佢騎得嚟咧都好大 challenge 嘅，因為佢喺呢個日子裏面，佢帶住隻馬去到不同嘅沼澤，嗰啲沼澤可能好危險嘅沼澤，可能 you mention crocodile， crocodile， you have some danger crocodile.
Oh yeah,
some-
yeah, dangerous crocodiles, snakes,
yeah.
they're in there
Okay.
in the swamps.
佢話嗰度咧，嗰啲可能有蛇啦，有 crocodile 啦有鱷魚啦，嗰啲鱷魚即係中美洲鱷魚啦，咁咧就喺四周圍嘅。咁佢有時咧要保護嗰啲牛，要趕翻佢出嚟咧，我要去到嗰啲地方去揾佢出嚟，咁真係好危險啊！好危險啊！Okay, another question. In this bonding and relationship, how you see the horse respond to you when you are rising him, you go to all those dangers?
Oh, absolutely. Because remember, this animal is big. It can kick you, it can hurt you, it can bite you, but you develop that trust. And once you have that relationship where the horse trusts you, it have that ability to hurt you. But because it trusts you, you lead them into the dangerous spot, they'll go because of that trust.
所以你發覺咧，即係去翻呢個圖畫裏面咧，原來咧好多時我哋就話我哋點樣可以能夠突破自己咧？原來係講到嗰個關係，你同神嘅關係，跟住你就可以見到信任。有咗個信任之後，你係願意去信服啊！呢、個過程係一定要有喺度咁嘅自由。咁樣maybe I start to go back the question about how this experience you have, Mike,
Yeah.
and then in that after a year you have been in Christ. When we talk, you also talk about that relationship with Jesus, about that also can be reflect the witness in your life in this 1 year. How you willing to submit to God, and then that kind of experience when you talk about in your life also.
Oh, absolutely. Come September will be almost 1 year when I went through the Alpha course and I discovered and accept Jesus in my life. And once that transformation happened, there's a trust and a belief. You know, we have the ability to go and do our own thing. I still have that ability. I can phone the wrong person, make a lot of money, or go on the wrong path, but I choose not to. I choose because I trust and I believe there's something special. There's someone special. Jesus is in my heart. And I know Jesus is always watching over me. When I have that trust and I believe, it doesn't matter what somebody say or do to me, I choose to turn the other cheek and just do the right thing in my heart, knowing that there's something and someone special in my heart. Jesus.
Yeah. 咁其實喺咪嘅旅程裏面，相處1年裏面，其實佢都會不同經歷好多嘅挑戰，即係以前嘅諗法，或者佢要賺多啲錢，或者佢要做好多嘢，佢 佢希望佢以前嘅希望，佢而因為基督喺佢裏面嘅時候咧，佢開始有所改變，睇嘅嘢有少唔同，所以好多時去做嘅嘢咧，就開始去摸係讓 Jesus 喺個黑嗰度帶領住佢啊！呢種嘅改變係好特別嘅。咁樣maybe you can tell me about any specific example talk about the weakness on that like the horse very strong but you the horse willing to listen to the master same thing you have any specific example talk about your life about the weakness
Absolutely. So, we all have in our life relationship. And sometimes, we don't see eye to eye in a relationship, or a partner or friend, whoever is close to us. We always seem to want to match word for word, whatever is going on. So in my relationship, I was different before I accept Jesus in my life. I felt like I have to match my partner word for word and have to get the last word in or be the better example after. But now it's not like that. Now because I trust and I believe in Jesus, doesn't matter what my partner say, I just choose to send them love. And whatever they say, if it seems hurtful or whatever, I don't have to respond in a nasty or match them word to word. I just smile and talk to them in a loving manner. Because that's the way of Jesus. That's the way of the Lord.
Yes, 我同咪有一年嘅一齊大家有 coffee chat 嗰陣時咧，原來同人嘅關係上邊其實都係充滿着挑戰啊！好多時我哋好多時人哋嘅不斷嘅挑戰我哋就會好多時我哋就好快咁樣 respond，用翻自己嘅方法，自己以前嘅諗法去咁樣反應啊！但係一樣嘢，我同阿咪一齊飲 coffee 之後咧，開始咧我哋一齊祈禱之後咧，發覺有一樣好得意嘅改變。我發覺佢有一樣改變，佢再睇呢個嘅同人際關係上邊咧，佢唔再咁快，佢反應啊，唔咁快反應，而係去慢落嚟，去願意去漸漸讓神去點樣教佢點樣 respond 呢個反應。I will try to say that. I can see you know how to when you have that kind of before you have some response to somebody. Yes. Now so after you believe it, you are able to let Jesus helping you in your heart to respond. Yes. About that challenge, is it? Is it that is what happened to you? Is it?
It's going back to like the same way the horse trusts me. I trust Jesus and accept Jesus in my heart. And we were talking about this example earlier about meekness. Meekness doesn't mean you're weak. Some people take meekness as weak. But a good example of that, I was talking to Tim a little earlier, is a guy knows martial art and karate. And somebody come and slap him in the face. And he doesn't react and hurt that person, even though he knows martial art and he can hurt. He turn and walk away. That's the love of Jesus. That's meekness. An example of meekness.
So 佢就講話好多時就好似我哋 meekness 好多時我哋嘅印象啊，認為咧就係好軟弱嚇。佢講到就好似一個識功夫嘅人，其實好大隻，好能夠做好多嘢嚇。人哋去點樣對佢嘅時候，其實佢願意去 humble，willing to humble， 因為主喺裏面，佢嘅反應都唔同。咁樣亦都係一個反應嚇，咁樣都嗱 OK from this all those incidents that how you foresee yourself in the future when you walk with Jesus, you can tell anybody conclude about what you're saying in just a few words about what overall how you can be a witness in Christ.
Absolutely. So once you accept Jesus in your heart and you have that trust and belief, even when I'm talking here, I feel comfortable because I feel like the Lord is with me, the Lord is listening, and I feel that power, I feel that strength. And if something happens outside, whether I'm dealing with a tenant, relationship, or whatever, Jesus is always number one in my mind. So once you accept Jesus, you don't worry about anything. You just do the right thing from your heart, and you try not to react and hurt people, and try to do good things in your life. Good things are going to happen to you.
Yeah, Mike, you are doing the real estate management, is it?
Yes.
Okay, tell them. So Mike is real estate，佢係即係物業管理嘅，係做物業管理嘅。好多時咧，佢好多時要 deal with 一啲嘅啲 tenant 即係嗰啲住客同佢嗰啲關係咁又係好多時都好唔係容易應付嘅。佢信咗主之後，去應付啲嘢開始有改變。佢佢首先係慢得落嚟，讓神去點樣教導佢點樣 respond 每件事咁樣去點樣去同嗰啲住客去 deal with。呢個就係我哋就話佢自己做緊自己呢個最大嘅改變咁樣樣。Okay, thank you very much, Mike.
All right, thank you.
好，大家都聽到阿咪嘅分享啦。咁樣成個過程裏面都去翻呢幅圖畫啦謙卑即係英文就 meekness 啦，即係咪講嗰個 meekness 啦。原來 meekness唔係我哋軟弱，係一個表現，就係我哋謙卑喺神裏面，係一個嘅同神嘅關係嘅建立。因為呢個關係建立咗之後，你對佢有信任，因為有信任嘅時候，你就會有順服。而係即係因為你有順服嘅時候，你再唔用你自己嘅力量、自己嘅氣力去做好多嘅事情，而係咧你順服主權。因為呢種嘅關係，我哋嚟返呢個羅馬書講話，我哋裏面有好多嘅掙扎，好多嘅教嘅我嘅律，同埋我而家喺裏面嗰個新嗰個我嗰種掙扎嘅時候，我哋就可以突破。因為我哋喺主裏面，耶穌基督其實係可以幫助我哋突破，只要我哋建立咗同佢嗰個關係，然後我哋信任佢，讓佢做主導。所以嚟返最後嘅都係講返，我哋每日要首先我哋要不斷去建立同佢嘅關係，透過閱讀聖經，有聆聽佢嘅聲音，去咀嚼，去默想咀嚼佢個話語。因為咁嘅時候，佢就光照我哋嘅內心，將我哋嘅生命嘅轉化。呢個就最關鍵嘅係放下自己，讓聖靈去引導。好，咁樣最後呢，我哋下個禮拜呢就會去返討論。喺下個禮拜日，我哋會繼續討論睇返上次我哋睇咗個 video 第6課嘅禱告與默想嘅關係。好，大家喺咁多先。